Happy day, students. Today you are going to learn about euphemism, polite alternatives for higher secondary students. Dear students, euphemism is taken from the Greek word euphemia, meaning the use of good omen. From the Greek root words, eu means good or well, and phem means speech or speaking, meaning glory, flattering speech or praise. So, it carries a connotative meaning, a generally innocuous word or expression used in place of one that may be found offensive or suggests something unpleasant. So, its opposite is the dysphemism. So, euphemism opposite is dysphemism. So, the actual definition is like this. Euphemism is usually defined as the substitution of an agreeable or inoffensive expression for one that may offend or suggest something unpleasant. The origin of this word is Greek euphemistos, from euphemos, auspicious, sounding good, from eu plus phem, speech, from phani, to speak. Euphemisms are of two types, okay, positive and negative. So positive, you see stylistic euphemisms, exaggerating euphemisms. In negative, you have traditional euphemisms, narrowing euphemisms. Just for information, types of euphemism, positive and negative, and forms of euphemisms are classified into four categories, that is phonetic, lexical, grammatical, and rhetorical. So, when you see the examples, you will understand. Euphemistic words or phrases are the mild or indirect words or expressions substituted for words considered to be too harsh or blunt or inappropriate when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing. So, when you see these examples, you will understand. You see, for adult, it is pornographic or related to sex. We should not say unemployed. You should say between jobs. Those who are without a job, you should say between jobs. So buttocks, bottom. Then the death penalty, you should say capital punishment. Then victims or people killed or injured in accidents, we say casualties. Next, more limited mentally or physically than most people means we say challenged. A short break on a journey to allow travelers to go to the toilet, it is comfort stop. Okay, problems among musicians, dancers, writers, actors, etc. that make it difficult or impossible for them to work together, we say creative differences. Then, regularly having sex means dating. Dead means deceased. See, menstruation, you should say that time of the month. Cancer, you should say the big C. Especially for a woman, fat, overweight or obese means we say full figured. Then for old or elderly person, you should say getting on. Okay. Then to urinate or to defecate, especially in the toilet, means go to the bathroom. For pregnant, we say in the family way. For emotional problems, we say issues. For a bribe, we say sweetener. And for murdered, we say terminated. Then for abortion, we say termination. To fire someone from the job means we say dismiss. Okay, next, to kill an unwanted animal means euthanize. Then to be pregnant means expecting. Showing or describing sexual acts means explicit. Testicles means family jewels. Then often used as a euphemism for birth control or using contraceptives means family planning. Then euphemism for killing an animal, especially a sick, injured or very old pet means we say put to sleep. Then to go to the toilet, especially to urinate means relieve oneself. A public toilet means we use restroom. A menstrual pad means sanitary pad. Garbage or rubbish collector means we call them as sanitation worker. For an old person, we should say senior citizen. See, fat, we say no, heavy set, portly, full figured, typically for women. A bit overweight, to have a few extra pounds, plus size, typically for women, big boned or husky. John is the heavy-set man standing in the corner. Stanley was a bit portly as a teenager, but has since lost some weight. I don't know if this dress is appropriate for someone so full-figured. So for fat, so many words we are using depending upon the context. Next you see, for pregnant means expecting. One of my co-workers is expecting, so we are going to buy her a gift. Next, for birth control or contraception, it is family planning. Women don't have much access to family planning in this country. Then to abort means to terminate the pregnancy. Due to the serious health risk to the mother, the physician recommended that the pregnancy be terminated. Janitor, custodian. The municipality employs 3 full-time custodians. Then for housewife, homemaker. Kali is a homemaker and a mother of 3 children. Trashman, sanitation worker. The municipality plans to hire more sanitation workers to accommodate the growing population. Lawyer, attorney. Smith's attorney says her client will plead not guilty. Unemployed, between jobs, out of work. I was between jobs at the time, so I was happy to have some freelance work to do. For bathroom, we use restroom to go to the ladies' room, to powder one's nose, typically for women to go to the men's room. Excuse me, where are the restrooms? I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the ladies' room. I'm going to go powder my nose. I'll be right back. Rich, we use well-to-do, well-off, wealthy and affluent. There are many well-to-do families in this town. Natalie's family is pretty well off. I don't think she is going to need to take out any college loans. Our charity relies on several wealthy donors. One criticism of the tax plan is that it benefits the affluent. Next, to make a lot of money means to do well for oneself. You are doing well for yourself. Why don't you get a new car? Poor, economically disadvantaged, needy, low income, underprivileged and in need. We have scholarship programs for economically disadvantaged students. To fire people, to let someone go, to lay someone off, to downsize. So I heard a rumor that management is going to let some people go at the end of the year. We have been fortunate enough to not have to lay anybody off this year. I would help you try to get a position at my firm, but we are not hiring. In fact, we have downsized in the last few months. Next, to get fired, that means to get laid off, to be dismissed, to be let go. John was laid off last year and is looking for work. The dead person, people, we use the departed. The hospital has yet to release the names of the departed. The now dead means late. I just read a fantastic article about the late journalist Christopher Hitchens. To kill a sick or unwanted animal, to euthanize, to put to sleep, to put down. The veterinarian said we would have to euthanize the horse after it broke its leg. Next, to die, to pass away, to not make it, to be laid to rest. My grandfather passed away a few years ago. There was a shooting on my street last night. Unfortunately, the victim didn't make it. Edith was laid to rest next to her parents. Dead, is no longer with us. So many of the people in this Vietnam War documentary are no longer with us. To have a loved one die, to lose someone. Many people chose to undergo counseling after they lost someone. Someone's death, someone's passing. We were all very sad to hear about Paul's passing. The dead person's people, that is the departed. Students, it's time. So with this, I shall wind up this class and we shall continue the next part in the next class. Thank you.